Yeah, you can make that. I mean, like I said, I'm proof in the pudding that you don't have to be an accountant to get into this world. The biggest thing, if you're thinking this is something you want to do, obviously they're taking a step right now if they're listening to any of your podcast, is to listen, do your due diligence, talk to people, find
Mm.
somebody and just talk to them. I'm working with she's not an EA, she's a CPA, but somebody who's wanting to, venture out and be an entrepreneur and own her own practice. Same thing, talk and get as much advice and information from as many people as you can. Go to an event like you came down to Florida, pick an event, go to and meet people because that's where, the networking opportunity. I mean, I know, we're in a different world now. I'm old, we used to do things face to face. People like to do things on the internet, but getting, rubbing elbows with people, and a lot of people, at least in the EA, community, are always open to sharing, and
Hmm.
so that's huge. So find people, pick their brains, and don't be afraid to ask.
That's awesome advice, and I appreciate you joining me. I know I said it earlier, but just being here to kind of pay it forward, for the
Absolutely.
people who maybe are transitioning or they know right away, like, hey, I want to be an EA because I saw Tony Frezza on
Uh-oh.
my enrolled agent career. Before you go, though, last question, I think, unless you say something really good, I got to follow up on.
Okay.
Um, with your journey and being an enrolled agent, if there was one thing that you could do all over again, what would that thing be?
The one thing I think I would do all over again quicker is become involved in a professional organization and meet other people in my profession. Like I said, when I made the transition over, in pharmacy, I knew a bunch of people. I knew, everybody, so to speak. Coming over, I knew nobody, and so for the first half a dozen years or so, I'm reinventing the wheel and trying to do it myself. Then when I got involved with FSCA, NEA, I call it the fast track. Took my practice back then for, under, 300 returns to, now over two locations and, 1,000 or so returns and other services. That is because of the relationships I built and piggyback off of learning from other people. So I think, just to do it over, get involved early.